level. This is level. This is level. So draw your rocks accordingly.
What do you usually start drawing off first?
I'll show you. Okay, let's do some. What I do is I always draw the waterfall itself first, okay? The falling one, okay? There's the top. Then I draw where the water's gonna, where the splash is, okay?
Yeah.
Then I draw the ring around the splash. Not like this, okay? But almost flat, okay? See there? And then I draw little things like that. Which is that? What is that?
Reflection.
No, the
reflection.
The reflection.
Okay. Now, since I'm down here, my vantage point is about right here, okay? My vantage point is about right here, okay? So what I'm gonna do is draw, I'm gonna make my rock come up here. See, I just did that?
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna have the rock come from here. Now I can see under that rock. You see that? So I'm gonna put a little shadow like that. Bring a line around there, kind of give it a little bit of a dimension. Then I'll come over here with another rock from it, coming right out here. I could go way deep if I wanted to. And we'll go back down this way. Give it a little dimension there. See there? Like that. And then I'll get some lines in here. Starting to take shape?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Like the water's just hanging there, right? Okay. So now I'll draw a rock which is out of here. From here. Maybe I'll draw another one in here. Just kind of sits underneath this one here. I'll draw it back like this. I'll draw some more lines across here so I can see it. See there? Now I have rocks underneath here that are holding up that whole. Yeah. See that? There we go. Start to draw. So now I get some, let's get the darker colors. Starting to get there? Yeah. Now,
With the rocks, this represents rocks, making it look like one rock.
alright. So now that dark brings out the light, okay? So that's what we're doing there. Since I have dark there, I'm gonna bring dark into the water. There's a reflection already. So I'm gonna have a reflection here. That reflection all the way down?
Yeah.
So now let's get the thinner boulder again. Now let's do the other boulder coming up underneath this thing. Okay. And you make different faces of the rock by doing lines like that. Like if I have a line like this, it makes the face of the rock here. See that? This rock's going to come in. And you can kind of draw some lines like that, and it kind of gives it a little shadow behind it. See that? Now let's say that there's one of the water. Well, let's say that that's just the pond itself. It's a small waterfall. So this, you can make this like this, and then tip around. I always do that hitch. See how I bring it here and then hitch it around?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to draw it like this, okay, guys? I don't want to do this. I don't want to do like that. Does that look right? So you know what looks right. So how do we go? We go. I stretch it out. See there?
Mm-hmm.
Now it looks like the pond is like this, like it's, you know, like that. I'm going to bring a rock inside here, like it's in the pond. See, that shows the dimension there. Bring this around. Okay. Now if I'm going to draw the kind of rocks on the side of it, I'm going to draw like that. Here. Now you should be able to see the inside of the rocks there. See that?
No, there's nothing.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, switch it up. Yeah, you do that.
Okay. See the rock there? Okay. Right there. See how I make the, and you can't see the side, you can't see this side over here. So I'm just doing the side that you can see. Look over here, I can see this. See that there? Now see how it gives the dimension there? Now I'm going to keep on bringing it in here. See that there? Now under the water there, next to the water, is always dark. Always put a dark line there because it always kind of gives it that. Okay. Now I have a line that goes like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go like this. See that? When you're doing water, you can kind of just do some lines like that. It kind of looks good. It just kind of scatters the lines. make the rock dimension there, and let's cut it off about right there. So that way we can do dark. So we go back to the dark, back to the dark side, and we bring this in. You do like that. Okay. Starting to pop, isn't it? Okay. Now I'm going to do the bottom of this over here. So then I'm going to go back to doing my thing right here. And I have reflections in here also. Now I can draw a rock straight out of here and it actually looks good. See that right there? See, when we were building that thing, I made drew a boulder right inside the pond, or right close to the right of it, just to give it more dimension. See here? There you go. There. I'll draw a shrub inside here. So you don't have to install the shrubs, but I would draw them in. They just add so much to it, okay? They can go get their own shrubs. That's what they do. I'm not in that business. Just kind of darken that up. You know, if I had a line here, I had a line going into the pond. Now, color-wise, I can tell you this is what I've done. If you guys get markers or not, or don't, or whatever, when I go with colors, I usually draw like highlights of colors. Like if I get a marker, and I use markers, and I'll show you how to do that. But here, kind of. 42. So let me give you guys some homework, okay, before we go, because we're leaving around 4:15 here.
Well, no.
Okay. Now see what I'm doing is I'm integrating two colors, because remember rocks don't have one color, right? As I showed you, just scattering all the rock colors and stuff like that on there. That's the same thing here. So I should have that address for you tonight for the Cliff Rock, but it's going to be up in Barrington. Okay. So the other one I said, like I said, the other one fell through. So
Sounds good.
this came the same way, colors and different things added onto this. Now, it looks like a reflection there, and you don't even see blue yet, or water, right? Because the reflection is really what you see, what you're used to seeing, and that's the, you know, all right, so now we have a good reflection. Let's get some more blue in there, okay? So blue I'll throw into the waterfall. I just do the top of it usually, and I don't use the, so I can actually do the whole thing like that, and then what I'll do is I'll go back to this, and I'll get white. And I throw it like this. Whoops, sorry. You can get pastels and do that, okay?
What are you doing? What are you doing?
See that? So there's the reflection. Now I'm gonna go back to my blue. What's the matter? So. How's it look, guys? Good?
Yeah.
So now I have a full reflection. Go. There we go. And then I'll do, you know, back to green or